So for the spoken word section, I wrote 3 different versions of it. I think it was 3. And even like this final here is shorter than actually what I wrote for the 3rd version. So it took some time to iron it out, figure out what I wanted to say. And I had never done anything like this. So it was really important to me to lay all the foundational elements of what I was trying to say, but also still leave some room for interpretation. The session itself is massive. I was actually going back through it today and recounting. Counted 114 tracks, including the auxes, the sends and stuff, which I think is fair because a lot of the effects weren't really a mixing thing on this one. They were pretty crucial to the production and the sound of what's going on. So to call them tracks, I think is fair. So the opening and kind of the melodic foundation all the way throughout the rest of this section is this kind of spacey piano part. Opens up with that America the Beautiful melody. And then after it goes through past of that, it kind of transforms, falls into that motif from Flagpole. So there's some passes through that as it builds, and then we go back to America the Beautiful towards the end. So it's kind of trading off in between those two. The voiceover was done by Kat Ansari, who just absolutely knocked it out of the park, in my opinion. She got the innocence that we were trying to convey. So she lays the foundation with that first vocal.
I am the brightest optimist.
But then it really gets out of control and all the other tracks start coming in. Some of them are me, some of them are her, just kind of doubled and ran through all these obnoxious, crazy effects. There's things swirling around and moving. There's this one track called Monster. If I isolate it, you'll see why, but. So that comes in on certain lines that the darkness of what was being described, I really wanted it to poke through. And that's actually her. There's obviously a million different things going on to make it sound that way, but that's the final product. So between that, all the effects tracks that are going on with her, me doubling her in the left or right ears in certain times, there's just, the vocals are kind of, there's a lot of movement going on and a lot of things swirling around, in addition to all the production stuff that's happening band-wise. So when things start picking up a bit, we have the main drum kit that kicks in. Super simple, but then on top of that, we have more of like a perk type kit, like an orchestral thing, right? So doubled, right? So they come in, and that kind of takes us into this rhythmic bed thing that kicks in, along with a big moog on the downbeats. So all that together, just kind of starting to widen things up, set a stage for where we're going with this. And then this really aggressive guitar kicks in a second here, almost jolting. And that comes and goes throughout the rest of where we're going, that guitar part. There it is again. Kind of circulated perk part, again, just kind of like feeling out where we're going still. For whatever reason, this lead moog part is sticking out to me. I'm remembering how much fun I had playing it because it felt like such an integral moment that the rest of the flow of the album was going to get built on the back of. So this part specifically, there's nothing complex about it. Then there's these wide synths, like spacey kind of things that get built around it, that kick in. You hear them out there. Right, okay, then bring in the strings. in there. You can still hear the piano, the spacey thing, kind of like carrying that melodic backbone. And just for reference too of that really aggressive guitar part from the beginning, I want to play everything I just had and then drop that in at a certain point just to show you how much depth it's actually adding. Here's everything alone. Ready? There it is. All right, so then there it lands on that minor. Tempo kicks up a bit, and we fall straight into flagpole.